Hello and welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. How are we all doing? We've got the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard sort of situation has started to unfold a little bit further. There's some, good lord, is there some information that's coming out about this? Hoo-wee! Seriously, not only obviously this title, which I'll leave the link to this article down below, but we also have the fact that, oh dear, Paul Bettany, that's right, WandaVision, Disney's own, is now involved as well. Interesting. So let's take a look, shall we? Let's take a look. So obviously, look, making his first appearance at the trial in regards to the situation with the son, Johnny Depp claimed that an incident in which Amber Heard defecated in their bed. Oh my god. Basically, not being denied, it was just a harmless joke. Having a laying a log down on a bed was just a joke. Doesn't deny it, actually states it was just a harmless prank. But that was, according to Depp, was what ultimately sparked his decision to file for divorce. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that is the tipping point? Can you imagine it? Loads of physical situations and stuff like that. But what was the tipping point? She pooped on my bed. Unbelievable. Depp's high-profile libel suit began on July 7th with both actors appearing before the London High Court. Makes perfect sense, of course. Depp came in front entrance, flanked by security, and case is due to start at 10:30. So this obviously started, 2 days ago now. Heard was called upon as a witness for the Sun, and in their defense of publishing a headline labelling Depp as a, woman beater, basically, based on Heard's accusations against him. Now, obviously, it appeared in court, but then did not speak during the opening session. The headline from 2018 read, "Potty, how can J.K. Rowling be genuinely happy casting Johnny Depp in the new Fantastic Beast films?" Beef. The headline has since been adjusted and now currently reads, "Gone potty. How can J.K. Rowling be genuinely happy casting Johnny Depp in the new Fantastic Beast film after assault claim?" Taking a stand to defend himself from the Sun's alleged libel, Depp denied ever physically assaulting Heard, claiming that it was inconceivable that he would consider such an act, as he considers the chivalry during his upbringing in the American South was very important to him. Basically saying, you know, I'm not a dog, I think I'm a pretty good dude, and chivalry is important. Which, yeah, okay. Depp stated that it is strong and central part of my moral code that I would never strike a woman under any circumstances at any time, and I find it simply inconceivable and that it would never happen, basically. There's been a lot of people in his defense actually for this as well. Like a lot of people. His attorneys would present the court with a laundry list of alleged incidents which showed that Heard was in fact the abusive partner in the relationship, including Heard's alleged throwing of a vodka bottle at Depp, which severed his finger, and a 2014 trip on a private jet where she repeatedly struck her then husband in the face during an argument. So lots and lots of situations, you know, as this thing unfolds, lots of counter accusations, I guess. And according to Sky News, Adele Robinson's Depp legal team submitted a photo showing Depp on a hospital bed with a severed finger. We're going to breeze past this, obviously, for YouTube's reasons. Again, the article's linked down below. Depp described the 2014 plane incident, detailing that Heard pursued him as he attempted to distance herself from him. Or him from her. That tends to be the norm. Not, obviously, you know, this situation to one side, but for abusers. The one taking the abuse, if they are non-consenting party and, you know, they don't partake on a mutual basis, will normally leave, and then they get pursued. So I can believe that, to be perfectly honest. And in a written statement, Depp wrote, "Then she became physically violent and repeatedly punched me in the face. As I moved towards the back of the plane to get away from her, she followed me into the plane's bedroom and punched me again in the face and then the head. I pushed her away from me onto the bed. I then grabbed a pillow and locked myself in the bathroom where I slept for the duration of the flight." The most egregious incident of disrespect revealed also as part of a written statement provided by Depp was when Heard allegedly pooped on the bed, which was shared by the couple. This accusation had previously cropped up in the leaked audio tapes between Depp and Heard from February. I can't believe it. She's mental. According to Depp, when confronted about the incident, Heard initially sought to blame our dogs for the defecation. Yet when Heard dismissed the defecation as just a harmless prank, Depp claims to have realised that she had been responsible. Dogs can't prank. Depp wrote, Miss Heard confessed to our estate manager Kevin Murphy that leaving the feces in the bed had been just a harmless prank, thereby effectively acknowledging that she had been responsible, whereas she had previously sought to blame our dogs. This incident reportedly took place following Heard's 30th birthday party in Los Angeles' penthouse in May 2016. Depp detailed, I understand that the following morning after the party, Miss Heard, or possibly one of her friends, defecated in our shared bed. Oh my lord. It is literally mental. Depp also discussed the start of his relationship with Heard. He recalled, she was then extremely friendly to me and keen to tell me about the breakup with her former partner that she had recently gone through. If I had known then what I know now, I would have seen the red flag warning signs, but I did not. She was beautiful, seemingly incredibly interested in me and my work, and I fell for it. She bombed me with what appeared to be love. Basically saying that Heard had an agenda in dating him, namely to get married to him in order to progress her own career and or to benefit financially, which she definitely did. And apparently Heard saw him as an easy target, which I can, I can see. Like, I'm one of these people I am firmly on Depp's side in this. Obviously, if it turns out, if it turns out that he did anything, obviously he's a bit of a dog, and, that's just obvious, isn't it? I don't do blind things, but you can have a vibe of someone, can't you? And things which have come out, it seems to be all on Heard. So we'll see. He wrote, it was not until much later that I understood that she had an agenda, namely to get married in order to progress her own career, benefit financially, and she knew how to bring it about. For example, at the time, she repeatedly told me how much she admired my films. However, later in our relationship, she admitted that she had never seen any of his films. She knew what she wanted, and I was an easy target. Unreal. Depp was obviously incredibly unhappy, and he also noted that he believes that Heard is a calculating, diagnosed borderline personality. She's sociopathic, she's a narcissist, and she is completely emotionally dishonest, and had come into my life and to take from me anything worth taking and then destroy what remained of it. Depp also claimed that a marriage counsellor had informed him that Heard suffered from borderline toxic narcissistic personality disorder and is a sociopath. So pretty full-on stuff, right? Pretty full-on stuff. Apparently Amber never asked for these proceedings to take place. Amber obtained a domestic violence restraining order against Depp back in 2016 and has tried to move on with her life. Yep. Yeah, sure. Whatever. It is Johnny Depp who brought these proceedings against the British newspaper and has dragged her into the UK courts to give evidence on some of the most distressing moments of her life, which also could be false. This is the thing, remember. Like, it's easy to say, oh, well, she never asked for this. Depp's doing it all. You had to clear his name? Einstein? Like, what do you expect? Seriously? While Heard did not testify on the first day, she's expected to testify later in the trial reports, which makes sense. Now, here's the interesting bit, and I don't know how this is going to affect Paul Bettany. And this is really surprising. Remember, this is Disney, right? Disney run things. So the attorney for the Sun's owners, news group newspapers, grilled Depp about his past behaviour on Wednesday, reading out a series of text messages between Depp and Solo, A Star Wars Story, and WandaVision star Paul Bettany. Initially, they joked about Depp buying Heard a beaver so he could start websites called Johnny Depp Shaves Amber Heard's Beaver. That's hilarious. Johnny Depp punches Amber Heard's beaver and Johnny Depp pokes Amber Heard's beaver. They are all very, very funny. I like those jokes. Depp admitted that those weren't respectful of his new girlfriend, or of his girlfriend, and things took a much darker turn at a later point in their relationship. Bettany would text Depp to say, I'm not sure we should burn Amber. She's delightful company and pleasing on the eye. We would, of course, do the English course of action and perform a drowning test. Thoughts? You have a swimming pool. Let's drop her down and we'll burn her, and then he will F her, burn XYZ afterwards to make sure she's not there. And Bettany would later respond, say, yeah, my thoughts exactly. Let's be certain before we pronounce her a witch. Jesus Christ. Yeah, a little bit of concerning. And this article states that these were, of course, supposed to be private messages between friends, and Depp alleges that the reason they spoke this way was because Heard would harass him about not being sober while she did drunks and drank alcohol in front of him. And she would also mock him for his wino forever tattoo. And it was during that exchange Heard alleges Depp hit her. There you go. Interesting stuff, isn't it? Paul Bettany, I'm surprised not more people are talking about Paul, to be perfectly honest. This is quite shocking behaviour. I will be very, very keen to see how this develops and what Disney chooses to do, because they're notorious for clamping down on this stuff. So both articles are down below in the description box. Let me know your thoughts. Love to hear it. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Stay up to date on the world of pop culture and movie news by hitting the bell notification icon. Thanks so much. Take care.